headquarters, ESPN 100.7. And Mary, welcome to your sports headquarters, ESPN 100.7, alongside Avi Sharma Camelina with you for this boys-only contest. Last time out, Avi, this Pittsburg high school team, their claim to fame the last 2 years prior to this year were their awards and their victories in the Southeast Kansas Conference, wearing the crown 2 years in a row, try 3 years in a row now, defeating the Labette County Grizzlies by nearly 20 points, and the seniors for this senior Layton Purple Dragon team ecstatic along with Coach Rolfs after achieving such a monumental accomplishment.
Yeah, absolutely, Cameron. The boys and Coach Rolfs were very excited. They got the job done, but guess what, Cameron? That's just one step into the final quest for this team as they are moving on now and moving past that celebration, and now it's game time as they have to face a very athletic and talented Joplin team. Something good to see. You see a team that you don't always see during the conference play, and so this is going to mix it up for them and let it be a learning lesson moving on to the postseason, if you will.
And with that, we will hear about how this is a learning lesson from Pittsburg High School boys basketball coach Kylie Rolfs. We are back in 2 minutes with that interview here on your sports headquarters, ESPN 100.7.
I had no idea you did that.
That's what I said when I learned CDL does more than just electrical work. Like plumbing, heat and air, security cameras and alarms, generators, solar panels, even signs for my business. CDL really is one company that has a solution for about everything in my home and business. Learn more at cdlsolution.com.
From scoring the winning touchdown to walking in graduation, life is full of wonderful moments, but the best times can come with financial challenges, like paying for college or a room renovation. This is Brian Sutton, Market President of Commerce Bank in Pittsburgh. At Commerce, we make the harder stuff easy. Whatever your challenge is, we want to listen and help find solutions, so you can focus on the good stuff, like cheering on your favorite team. Check us out at commercebank.com or follow us on Facebook and Twitter for tips on making the most of life. Commerce Bank, challenge accepted.
After 3 decades in business, Bittner Motors of Pittsburgh remains a local favorite. If you're in the market for a quality pre-owned vehicle, Bittner Motors has a large selection of late model, low mileage vehicles to choose from. Whether it be a car, truck, or SUV, Bittner Motors will warranty all their vehicles 100% for parts and service. And if you can't find what you're looking for on the lot, they will find it for you. Bittner Motors, 1018 North Broadway, Pittsburgh.
Sporting goods for whatever game you play. You play to win with the sports look of today.
Train all night, know the score. Get the styles they can't ignore. Do it right, go all the way.
You got the sports look of today. Sporting goods from Jock's Niche.
Hello and a merry welcome back to your sports headquarters here on ESPN 100.7. Camelina joined by Pittsburgh High School boys basketball coach Kylie Rolfs. Coach, last time out, a monumental achievement for your boys, earning their 3rd consecutive regular season SEK crown down in Labette County. Before we delve deeper into the pride that's involved with that, can you touch on how your offense functioned very well against the Grizzlies, putting up 76 points?
Well, we've managed to be pretty efficient here recently on the offensive end, and there's several reasons tied to that, but fortunately we were able to do that again on Friday, because for a long time in that game we weren't able to consistently get stops. They present a lot of problems on the offensive end. We had some foul trouble early. They shot a lot of free throws in the first half, and so we just couldn't consistently come up with stops. But fortunately, like I said, we were pretty efficient on the offensive end, and that enabled, and we continue to be that way in the second half. And finally, we did get a few stops, and that enabled us to kind of get that spread later on.
Hey, Coach, to stick with the offense, we touched on it a bit last week, just about how you guys are hitting your rhythm right now, and the offense is just coming to you guys a lot easier. Have you guys been emphasizing any sort of offensive sets in practice that would, lead anybody to believe why the offense is functioning so well right now, or is it just a matter of everybody just playing in a very cohesive manner?
Well, I think it's a little. No, we haven't emphasized anything probably more than we normally have. We do have, we've talked about this when you have talented players. that understand the game, you have a better chance of playing well offensively. And we definitely do have that with this group, and that's made a difference without a question. So, having good players makes you better offensively usually, and we have luckily, fortunately, we have a variety of good players. We have guys that can play inside. We have guys that can score outside, and we have some guys that can do both those things. So when you have that, it makes it better to be good offensively, and I think the cohesiveness that you mentioned, I think has been a factor too. I just think our guys have gotten more and more comfortable as the years gone along, and I think we're paying a little more attention to detail, and hopefully that'll continue.
Well, Coach, 3 consecutive SEK crowns. It's extremely impressive. You and I touched on it a little bit on Friday following the game, but developing a culture in Pittsburgh, that's a difficult task to do. I know there's been a long history with the program, and for you to come in over your last handful of years and do what you've done, can you just talk about how that's a testament, 1, to everybody buying into your system, and 2, the community really putting forth a good effort coming in on a regular basis and watching the guys and girls play?
Yeah, we've been very fortunate for the crowd support that we've had and the community support in general. And, we just kind of got into a group of kids that really enjoy the game, and they've played the game for a long time. They've played together. They enjoy each other. And so when you combine all those factors, along with them being good players, like we discussed a little while ago, you tend to have a chance for good things to happen. And that's definitely played a major factor here in this run that we've gone on. And so it's been fun, and probably, what you touched on to start with has been one of the funnest parts of it, to have the kids turn out that they have and have good crowds, and then, our players see people out of the community and get complimented, and so those are all things that I think, provide a great experience for a student athlete and great memories as well.
And Coach, you talk about the memories and how that environment has really paid dividends in terms of your guys buying into the energy that your fans bring on a nightly basis. But continuing on with that and maybe expanding, have you seen, interaction between your guys and the fans, and how the fans have been able to pour their sentiments to the guys, and how maybe it affects their play a bit more at home?
Well, we just, we have a good student section. They're always involved in the game. I think the best way to probably sum that all up is when you walk out in the gym and you see a lot of people there, it has an impact, and that there's an impact on what you're doing in terms of people being interested in it. And so, just from that standpoint alone, I think it just increases the attention level of the players, and they just understand kind of what it's all about, and they understand why we work hard every day. And not that that's the only reason by far, but it's mixed in there and it's a part of it. And I just think it provides extra incentive and extra motivation to try to continue to get better and to do well.
Friday, you mentioned that you guys were going to relish in the moment, but also as soon as the celebrations ended on Friday after you guys clinched the conference crown, you guys are going to buckle back in and get ready for this upcoming matchup against Joplin and then Coffeyville on Friday. What's the mentality? What's kind of the mindset heading into the last 2 games of the year? Is it the same, or do the boys realize that it's just about time for crunch time?
Well, I think in general it stays the same. You're right. We definitely, we'll put Friday behind us, and our attention is completely turned to Joplin, and our guys understand that. Most of them have been through it before, so they understand that situation. And our motto, one of our things is always, I hate talking about the next game until I've had the next practice done. We try to very much stay in the moment in our program and understand that, that game tomorrow night against Joplin, that's what we're trying to get ready for. But in order to get ready for it, we need to have a good practice today. And so we really try to stay in the moment, and our focus today will be on preparation for Joplin and having a good practice, a good competitive practice that we're as ready as we possibly can be. So our guys have done it traditionally our guys have done a good job of just trying to stay in the moment and understanding the importance of today as opposed to what may or may not happen coming up.
Joplin, like many other schools you played this year, very talented. They do have a plethora of guys they can turn to. What scares you the most, or rather, what you guys plan most on trying to take out of Joplin's game in this upcoming matchup?
Well, they bring a lot of athleticism to the court, there's no doubt, and they do a very good job of attacking the rim. They can attack in many different ways, but they are very athletic, and they can get to the rim, and they pose a lot of problems that way. They shoot the ball pretty well from the perimeter as well. So they are, multifaceted in that respect, and they're athletic enough to be able to really play well defensively. And Coach Hafer has always done a really good job with his guys, and they always come and play hard. They're always a scrappy group, and they can provide a lot of problems for you on their defensive end as well, because they use their athleticism to their advantage. So, there's really not one or two things that I could probably give you in terms of our concerns about them. We know they're good, and we're going to have to be good tomorrow night. But at the same time, I think it's a great game for us. Our kids are excited about it. Our kids know a lot of their guys, and vice versa. Right across the state border there, and we see each other in some of the summer stuff that we do. So I think it'll be fun. Our guys are excited about it. Hopefully, Joplin will bring a good crowd over here, and hopefully we'll have a good crowd, and it'll be a good night of basketball.
Once again, that was Kylie Rolfs, head boys basketball coach of the Pittsburg High School Purple Dragons. We are back with starting rotation as well as tonight's matchup here on your sports headquarters, ESPN 100.7.
What does it take to have a truly positive reputation? At Vogel Heating and Cooling, we know reputation is earned by consistent performance, by serving our customers' best interest, by providing top-quality, energy-efficient ream equipment and service for Southeast Kansas homeowners. Vogel Heating and Cooling is a Ream Factory authorized dealer and has been serving the area for over 20 years. Turn to the experts. Turn to Vogel Heating and Cooling.
Customer first, safety always. It's not just a tagline, it's the Watco way. By focusing on safety, each and every day they build a future by protecting their customers, team members, community, and the environment. When Watco moves commodities by rail, river, and road, at home or across North America and Australia, their priority is to ensure that they deliver their loads safely and on time. Watco wishes all area teams a safe and successful season.
No one wants to file for bankruptcy, but a wage garnishment can make it hard to pay the rent, pay the pharmacy, or even feed the family. Bankruptcy can be a viable option to help families cope with unfortunate and unforeseen financial hardship. Call Steve Stockert at Wilbert & Towner, 620-231-5620 for a consultation to find out if bankruptcy is the right choice for you and your family. Call today. Wilbert & Towner, a full-service law firm, 620-231-5620. We are a debt relief agency, helping people find the relief they need in bankruptcy. Does your current checking account pay you up to $15 per month? With Common Sense Checking at University Bank, you can earn up to $15 per statement cycle, 10 cents for each swipe after the first 15 swipes. Qualifying is so easy. Simply have one direct deposit or auto payment plus 15 debit card purchases each statement cycle and a $100 opening deposit. Stop by the bank for more information about our Common Sense Checking. Then swipe and save. It's convenience that pays at University Bank. Branch GMB, member FDIC.
The Eagles have flown into Purple Dragons territory as Pittsburg welcomes Joplin for both teams' final non-conference matchup before sub-state and district play here on your sports headquarters, ESPN 100.7 alongside Avi Sharma, Cam Molina with you. Shelby White with the night off as, coincidentally enough, this is a border matchup. In the same respect, Pittsburg State has a border matchup of their own. The college currently at Missouri Southern playing, and then Joplin decides to reverse over to Pittsburg. So quite a coincidence that both of these games are happening simultaneously. And last time I checked, the Pitt State women and the Missouri Southern women were tied. Both sides meeting at the respective benches, ready for the national anthem. Before we step aside for our 2-minute commercial break, here are the starting lineups for tonight. It's Chase Curtis, Drew Rolfs, Gavin Elkville, Marquis English, and Jared Butcher for the Dragons. As for the Joplin Eagles, Evan Guillory with Austin Higdon, Braden Testerman, Zach Westmoreland, and Isaiah Davis. With that, we are back in 2 minutes with your sports headquarters, ESPN 100.7.
It's a feeling you get the moment you step on campus. It's the knowledge that you become part of something more.
We're a family of crimson and gold.
Every day we challenge ourselves to achieve more.
The reason why we're here is to make a difference.
Everybody wants to stand out.
Without standing apart.
You belong.
At Pittsburg State University.
What's the buzz around Community National Bank and Trust? They're talking mobile banking, instant issue debit cards, rewards checking and credit cards, and let's not forget e-power checking, paying better than CD-like rates on a checking account, plus nationwide ATM fee refunds. Get in on the buzz. Community National Bank and Trust, member FDIC.
What do you want from your bank?
Access to my account information on my phone.
Security, convenience, and friendly staff.
When I call, I want to speak with a real person.
I want it all. Low fees, low loan rates, and high deposit rates.
What if there was a place like this in your community? There is. Kansas Teachers Community Credit Union, with locations in Pittsburg, Fort Scott, Independence, and Coffeyville, serving area residents since 1949.
Headquartered in Richmond, Kansas, QSI Quality Structures Incorporated specializes in designing and building complete post-frame buildings. We provide structures built to withstand a 30-pound ground snow load and a 90-mile-per-hour wind shear built to the most stringent codes. Whether you need a garage, agricultural building, commercial facility, or custom-built design, we're your one-stop shop for post-frame buildings. QSI. Everything we do is right on cue.
And Mary, welcome back to your sports headquarters, ESPN 100.7. Avi Sharma, Cam Molina with you. Purple Dragons, Eagles, a border rivalry is set to begin. The PHS Choir performed a fantastic rendition of the national anthem, far better than Fergie did during the NBA All-Star game, as the Purple Dragons and the Eagles being announced for their starting rotations. Let's get you to that. For the Purple Dragons, it is the senior forward Chase Curtis and Marquis English in the backcourt. Drew Rolfs, sophomore Gavin Elkamil, and junior Jarek Butcher. As for the Joplin High Eagles, who are 15-8 on the season, coached by Jeff Hafer, 3-5 in their conference play, a part of the Ozark Conference. We'll get into a transition they are currently making in terms of the conference they play in, but prior to that, it's Evan Guillory with Austin Higdon, Braden Testerman sporting the number 23. Let's see if he flies like Jordan tonight. Zach Westmoreland and Isaiah Davis. Avi, last time out for this Purple Dragon team, a fantastic victory, 76-53 over Levette County, clinching their third consecutive SEK regular season title. And this one had to be more sweet compared to the rest of them, Avi, as Drew Rolfs, Kylie Rolfs, the head coach for the Pittsburg High School Purple Dragon basketball team, is a senior this year. In addition, Marquis English, Chase Curtis, also seniors, as well as some players on the bench. So a big moment for Coach Rolfs, seeing some of his young players grow and prosper through his system and finally reach the pinnacle.
Yeah, Cameron, it's a pretty special moment for Pittsburg, the whole community, if you will. Just a phenomenal season that they had so far, and you can't say enough about the seniors of this class. They've been great leaders and great men for Coach Rolfs. We talked about it at the end on Friday. We got to give a lot of credit to these players, but we can't give enough credit to the coaching staff of this Pittsburg team. They've done a phenomenal job, and they have led this team to where they are right now. But like I said, business isn't done for this team. They're ready to keep going, and they got a pretty big obstacle in front of them tonight.
Well, for Coach Hafer and company, a loss on senior night against West Plains, 64-59. Evan Guillory dropping 23 points against West in that contest. Following the game, Lucas Davis caught up with Coach Hafer. Coach Hafer said, hey, our entire identity is that we have to defend and rebound. Now, I do not doubt the defensive presence that this Joplin team brings. They have a lot of athleticism on the floor, but rebounding is going to be tough against English and Curtis.
I agree, Cameron. It doesn't look like size is in their favor, but when I was watching them warm up, they are very athletic. They can bring down the hammer, and they have a lot of vertical in them.
Higdon and English tipping off in midcourt, both standing on the scaly Purple Dragon logo. The Dragons going from right to left offensively, Eagles left to right. Eagles wearing the maroon-red uniforms, and the Purple Dragons, their home white uniforms with purple numerals and lettering trimmed with a little bit of gray. In the front court with this fearless Testerman in the Eagles offense. Testerman, right wing, scans to his left, delivers a high post pass to an open Guillory. Guillory goes to work. Right foot kicks out on the fadeaway, does not fall. English with his first rebound of the contest as he reverses it to his right-hand side. Butcher and Elkamil look low as Curtis will find English. He's been at the top. Great deflection by Higdon, sending English back in transition. Sledging forward into the front court and dishing out a pass to his right. It's Davis to an open Testerman. Testerman reverses ball, purloined away. Curtis with a little bit of room to operate. Tries to go up with a two-hand flush. It's deterred momentarily by the defending and closing out Westmoreland. But Curtis checks it down and goes back with a stick in. So Curtis 1 of 2 from the field and 1 rebound. Right hand turnaround hooker does not go through for Higdon. Tracked down with the offensive rebound by Davis. Swatted from behind by English, but a foul called.
Pittsburgh foul call number 32.
And English will earn his first, team's first as well. And heading to the free throw line will be Isaiah Davis. Davis sporting the number 34. He has black numerals, black lettering with white trim. Davis with his white Nike shoes with the silver Swiss sets, right foot staggered in front of his left in and is unable to convert on this first offering. Davis takes one dribble, spins the sphere in his hands, fingertips on the laces, and he is unable to convert on both shots. English back-to-back rebounds. The Purple Dragons up 2-0 in this first quarter of action. 6:56 remaining in the top of the first. Right wing, it's Elkamil. He'll hold the ball, triple threat to his left hip, spinning away from Testerman. Testerman chills trying to close it on the sophomore guard, jars it loose. Stolen away by Davis. He looks ahead. Testerman trying to lob it up top for Higdon, and the ball swatted away. Purple Dragons reacting and doing a great job in transition, limiting the Joplin Eagles on the fast break. Inbound by Testerman. He will stand near baseline, left side of the backboard. On the purple baseline, it's inbounded by Testerman to Guillory. Evan Guillory going to work, double clutches, left hand over the top of English and scored. And Guillory with great bounce as he soared through the air and finished with his dominant right hand. Power dribble by English, transition. Guillory turns it back. Marquis English and Chase Curtis have been denied in this first quarter. Left wing, swift pass around by Westmoreland. Three-pointer on its way by Testerman, does not convert. Rebound by Curtis. Curtis had a double-double last time out. 17 points, 13 rebounds. English, far side block, far into the court, misses his shot. The turnaround, a difficult look. English 0 of 2 to start. In transition, left-handed finish by Westmoreland, and the Eagles lead it 4-2, 6 minutes remaining in the first quarter of action. Curtis will cross the timeline. The forward will dish it off to his junior backcourt counterpart, and Butcher. Butcher, about a 30% three-point shooter, darts a pass left wing. Drew Rolfe sells the head fake, will dribble with his right hand as purple Nike squeaking across the hardwood on the Purple Dragon main court floor. Chest pass by Curtis to the top of the arch where English is at. Left wing, contested three is up by Elkamil, does not fall on a rebound by Higdon. Higdon scans on the break. He'll dribble to the right corner. Decides to reverse it back out to an open Testerman. Delivers a shallow pass knee level to Westmoreland. He looks left corner. Guillory swacks it home. And a whistle blows. And it looks like it was a timeout that was misheard.
Shoot timeout.
It's shoot timeout. It was an official timeout. A lot of the Joplin players left the bench thinking that Coach Rolfes used a timeout, but he did not. A three-pointer falls through silkily by Guillory. He has 5 in the contest. 5-2 the score. Dragons lead by 5, or rather trail by 5 with 5:20 left in the first. Butcher across the prime meridian. He looks nearest the left elbow, interchanges with English. English reverses it right back to Butcher. English skip pass right corner. Drew Rolfes jabs to the right, and as he faked towards the short corner, Curtis catches far block, and he's fouled by Davis. Isaiah Davis picking up his first foul. Each team with 1 foul in this contest. Just 5 minutes remaining in the first. 7-2 the score. Inbound by Butcher. He'll set the head fake. Open. Curtis double clutches right hand and a late foul called on Evan Guillory. And Guillory late on the rotation. Curtis just flashed from the right wing to the right block, and it was an easy inbound by Butcher. And no one thought to close out the 6'6 forward who has notched several double-doubles this season. So Curtis to the stripe. He'll set forehead level and drill his first free throw. And it has been interesting to see the development and consistency by Curtis from the free throw line. He started off on the year at a struggling pace and a struggling note, but has really picked it up over the last 4 or 5 weeks, especially this second half of the year after Christmas break as he goes 2-2. Curtis, 4 points, 2 rebounds. He has all of the Purple Dragons' points. They trail by 3 at home. Last non-conference game of the regular season. Chest pass, right wing. Three-pointer up by Higdon. Bounces off the back iron and tracked down by English. He already has 3 boards on the night. In transition, left short corner, Elkamil looks low for English, foul and one. Reaching inside of the breadbasket up English was Westmoreland. He was late on the rotation and closeout. Not much you can do while Elkamil was tiptoeing across the baseline and found a big 6'7" forward. Speaking of which, the versatile forward will go to the free throw line. He's now 3 of 1 from the floor, 2 points, 3 rebounds. English will set waist level, flicks his wrist, and that one drops through. 3 points, 3 rebounds for English, and a face-up defensive play by Butcher in the backcourt, locking down Davis before Guillory will find Westmoreland, who trudges into the front court. He'll dribble right-handed. He runs into traffic, tries to go up, finishing right-handed, but he's unable to convert. Attempts to save the ball as it bounced twice off the hardwood, tracked down by English. Loose ball rebound as he finds Butcher into the front court, picks up his dribble. Good defense by Davis as he hounds the junior guard. Elkamil loses his handle on the sphere momentarily. English tries to snake his way to the basket in front of Westmoreland, unable to convert. Westmoreland with his first rebound of the night. Looks ahead, double clutch, right hand reverse lay-in towards the left side of the rim and knocks it down. Westmoreland, a tough shot and a correction. His second basket made tonight. Or rather, I said his first rebound, so I was correct in that regard. His first rebound, second basket converted, 9-7 the score. Midway through the first, and Elkamil careless with the basketball. Another turnover, great sellout play by Testerman to get his hand in the breadbasket and dribbling proximity of Elkamil. And losing it as Higdon in his transition as he was sandwiched between Curtis and Elkamil. Recovered by English. Elkamil into the front court, outside the horseshoe, right corner 3. Rolfs is up, and that one swishes through. Drew Rolfs rarely misses a wide open corner 3. And he seems to really excel from that portion of the floor. Into the front court, it's Davis dribbling left-handed with his non-dominant hand. He'll go with the chest pass to the open Westmoreland. Left block to Higdon, who will reverse it back outside to Guillory. Reposting back to the basket is Higdon against Elkamil. Left hand turnaround shot, no. Guillory lost his handle on the sphere as he skied for the rebound. Picked up by Butcher. He gets a man on his left hip, double clutches, goes with the left hand lay-in. And the Purple Dragons now up 3, 12-9. And a good run by PHS as they now are up a trifecta. 12-9. PHS leads at home. Just a little over 3 remaining in the first quarter of action. You're listening to your sports headquarters, ESPN 100.7.
What do you want from your bank?
Access to my account information on my phone.
Security, convenience, and friendly staff.
When I call, I want to speak with a real person.
I want it all. Low fees, low loan rates, and high deposit rates.
What if there was a place like this in your community? There is. Kansas Teachers Community Credit Union with locations in Pittsburg, Fort Scott, Independence, and Coffeyville, serving area residents since 1949.
12-9, Purple Dragons lead at home. Last non-conference game for both the Joplin Eagles and Pittsburg High School Purple Dragons prior to sub-state and regionals respectively, or districts respectively. And it's a bounce pass by the recently subbed in Grant Guillory to Testerman, who will work with the sphere. He interchanges with Westmoreland, also on the floor for Joplin, who subbed in between the intermission, Blake Tash. At the point, it's Tash. He'll rotate it to his left. Open is Testerman. He'll dribble with his left hand. He wants to clear out from the left ring. He'll operate with the right before he reverses it, interchanging really with Westmoreland, who goes with the hop step against Trenton Austin, the defender for the Purple Dragons. He is able to deflect that one midair. Jerk Butcher covers the basketball. He'll dish it out. Left wing 3. Drew Rolfs, no, but Elkamil on the weak side. He'll tip it in. And the Purple Dragons are so great in the backcourt, crashing the glass. Mislay by Westmoreland. He's missed back-to-back shots. English, who is able to grapple the board, looks in transition. Trenton Austin had a strip from behind. Great defense by Grant Guillory. In transition now, it's Evan Guillory as he marches ahead, and it's a blocking foul on the floor. It will be on Trenton Austin, his first and the team's second. Or the team's second, I beg your pardon. And it seems to be camo night for the Pittsburg High School student section, decked out in their green and dark forest green attire. And Garrett Woods checks in for Joplin now. And Javon Grant for Pittsburg High School also comes in. The freshman will take out Kevin Elkamil, who has 2 points on the night following the tip-in, the last offensive possession, but prior to that, he had 2 careless turnovers. Zach Taylor also on the floor for Joplin. Inbound by Woods to an open Guillory. Guillory spins away. Evan Guillory will step through in the middle of the key with it up and under, but he traveled, and it looks like he changed pivot foots, but he was quite astonished that the foul was called by the center official. Bounce pass by Austin in the backcourt to Grant, who will dribble across the timeline. With his right hand, slinks a pass right wing to an open Rolfs, who dishes it out to the point. Working with the sphere is the 6'6" Trenton Austin before a dart pass. English looks for Trenton Austin, who goes with the alley-oop tip and nearly gets the big flush. He had several of those this season, but one in particular was against Chanute, where he posterized a kid. Right wing with the rock. It is Woods. Bounce pass to Grant Guillory. Power dribble by Woods. He loses it. English nearly has it. And then Elvin Guillory, left corner three, goes up and down. Evan Guillory, 2 of 2 from deep. 16-12. Dragons lead by 4 with just under a minute 30 remaining in the first. Rolfs brings the ball to his left ear before he brings it below his chin. Dish out right wing. Another over-the-head baseball pass to Rolfs from Grant. Grant catches it again. He'll look for Austin. High post defended by Evan Guillory. Chest pass, a bullet pass really from English over to the right corner. Grant's three is up, high arcing shot. No, the trajectory was way off as Tash tracks down the loose ball. Good crossover by the ball handling Taylor. Left corner three by Woods. No. Rolfs, as he winds up and maneuvers into the front court with under 60 seconds remaining. His club has a 4-point lead, 16-12. Dish pass by Grant to an open Austin, who moves with his right hip to defending Grant Guillory and then chucks it up right-handed and converts. Trenton Austin, 2 of 2 from the floor, 4 points. Half-court trap. Good look by Taylor as he has Evan Guillory, who's trying to work on Grant. That's a hook, and the offensive foul is called on Evan Guillory. That is Guillory's first and the team's fourth. Well, they're going to call it on Woods now, but it was an offensive foul. I saw Evan Guillory hook. And Coach Rolfs is trying to catch the attention of the officials as well, but it's on Woods. So Woods will pick up his first and the team's fourth. 20 seconds remaining in the first quarter. A 6-point lead for the Purple Dragons at home. 18-12, Grant will dribble and oscillate the ball with his right hand. A trap was waiting in the corner for English, stolen away by Westmoreland. He goes up, left-handed, cannot convert. Rebound by English, he scans ahead with 7 seconds left. A leak out, Curtis goes up and flushes it home, two-handed. The safety dunk in the backcourt, a full court, rather, 3 fourth-quarter heave by Taylor. That one does not go. And the Joplin fan base, as well as Coach Hafer, asking for the foul, as it was Westmoreland who went up right-handed. It looks like he was arm-checked in the back by Grant. No call. Great transition pass by English, who wraps up the first quarter with 3 points and 6 rebounds. Chase Curtis with the exclamation point to end the first round of action. We are back in 30 seconds with your sports headquarters, ESPN 100.7.
The human eye blinks about 17,000 times a day, but here's a real eye-opener. Dry eyes can cause irritation, red eyes, and blurred vision. Don't assume your blurry vision means you need new glasses or contacts. The doctors at Canar Eye Care are experienced in diagnosing and treating dry eyes with the newest treatments available. So schedule your eye exam in Pittsburg or Girard with Canar Eye Care, the clear choice.
Find them fast in names and numbers.
Happy welcome back to your sports headquarters, ESPN 100.7. It is a rainy, freezing rain night in Southeast Kansas. A lot of Southeast Kansas school and, excuse me. Yes, okay, so Matt Newberry, the PA announcer for the Purple Dragons, now relaying a correction. I said at the end of the first quarter, Evan Guillory went with the offensive foul as he hooked around Javon Grant. It was pinned on Woods, so it will be a reappropriated foul to Guillory, as I think he now has 1 or 2. It will be his second. That is a big second foul for Guillory, and a bonus for the Purple Dragons. But we welcome you back, 2012 this year, where Purple Dragons lead by 8 as we head to the top of the second quarter. Avi Sharma, Cam Molina with you. A lot of Southeast Kansas schools, Tri-Valley schools have postponed tonight's regularly scheduled matchups because of the weather. A lot of slick roads and icy rainfall has been cascading throughout Southeast Kansas as Curtis finds his freshman counterpart outside the perimeter and Grant for 3. Grant is unable to convert. He is 0 of 2 from deep. In transition, Westmoreland finishes, and Trenton Austin hung on the rim. No basket interference called. If that had not gone in, I think it would have been called basket interference. But in transition, good in and out move by Jarrett Butcher. He pulls up far side short corner and knocks down the deuce to respond. Westmoreland has been extremely assertive, attacking the basket at will. It's a chest pass to Testerman, right wing. He's being worked on by Elkamill. He goes behind his back and locking up his airspace is Elkamill, stolen away by Jarrett Butcher. Trenton Austin now has the ball ripped out from behind him by Higdon. So Butcher was able to tap it away from Taylor, and then Austin came up with it, but in return, Higdon with a great response and parried with a strip of his own. Jarrett Butcher to inbound. He has 4 points. He cocks the ball above his head, nearly crosses the inline. He gets a right corner from Grant off the inbound. He is unable to convert the trifecta. So Butcher now 66% from the field, nearly a travel by Testerman as he had his left pivot foot nearly squeaked from underneath him. Right wing, Westmoreland goes behind the back, picks up the sphere, looks the globe to the right wing, and Higdon is able to sink the trifecta. He's been more of a pick and pop 3, albeit he is pretty athletic. He's been hanging around the rim and has a pretty good bounce to him. At the point, it's Elkamill. Ball screen set to the right of Higdon by Curtis. Elkamill finally decides to dish it out right wing. Grant will tell Elkamill to go to the right corner. Elkamill does. He'll receive the globe, brings the ball, left tip. He'll attack baseline, goes up right-handed, and Higdon meets him at the top, but he fouls. 22-7, Dragons up 5, 6:21 remaining in the first half of action.
Joplin foul ball number 22, Austin Higdon.
So Higdon picks up his first and the 15th foul. And Avi, we talked about this in the pregame, how we really did not doubt the defensive capabilities of this Joplin team, but it seems that they're really late on their rotation and unable to lock down some of the less athletic players for the Dragons on the perimeter.
Yeah, Cameron, it seems that has to be the problem for them, is they're doing a good job covering the inside. As English, Austin, and Curtis are having a tough time getting shots on the inside, but nobody's guarding the outside as Elkamill misses his second one. But nobody's guarding the outside, so the easy shots are there for the Purple Dragons.
Austin and Grant go to the bench. Rolls as well as English back out on the floor. English taps the ball in the air away from Taylor. Taylor recovers. Covering the basketball is Higdon, who looks right short corner for an open Tash. Tash reverses it back out to Higdon, his 3-0. And snagging his 7th rebound of the night, English, as he tries to stave off Testerman. Testerman did not give up much space, although it is going to be called a blocking foul on Testerman. That one was really close.
Yep.
And Coach Hafer not pleased with the decision as he's shaking his head in bewilderment. And he said, hey, English, he used that left arm. He levied that left arm to manufacture some separation. That should be on him. Testerman earns his first, team 6th with 5:55 remaining in the first half. It's a 5-point ball game following back-to-back Elkamill missed free throws, and then Rolfs carries it. The Eagles right now shooting 3 of 8 from deep. The Purple Dragons 1 of 4, as both sides have really been perimeter-centric to start. Higdon, his reverse layup turned back by the defending English. English slashes through the middle of the lane. He catches the ball at the baseline, swirls around, goes up, right-handed finish, good. And a great look in transition by Gavin Elkamill. And Elkamill did a great job off the board, looked ahead, and found his big man running the floor, pay him back. Crossover from left to right by Taylor, sells the pass fake, goes up, left-handed. Taylor's unable to convert. The English has now smothered his 8th board of the night. Chest pass to Wolf. About 3 steps away from the top of the left wing to the right wing. Jab step to the right by Butcher. He looks low. Curtis leans in, left shoulder, easy charge call. Great defense by Blake Tash as he was stoic and concrete, had his feet planted outside the restricted zone, outside of the paint, and took a hard shoulder from the 6'6" forward from PHS. 24-17, Dragons up 7. 5 minutes remaining in the first half. In the backcourt, it's Taylor. He'll dribble the globe with his right hand. Sphere about to be crossed over as Rolfs and Butcher are both there waiting with the double team at half court, but Butcher falls away as Testerman goes to the far wing. Testerman, He'll holster the ball to his left tip. He looks for Tash. Interchanges with Westmoreland, and he'll attack baseline. English grapples the board, and my goodness, Marquis English nearing the 10 rebound mark as he'll dribble right-handed. Goes right to the body of the defending Taylor, but he had his right hand forward at I would say about a 60-degree angle. He wasn't vertical. The rule of verticality did not apply there because he was still shuffling his feet, and the contact was made initially by his hand. A lot of Joplin fans had issue with the call, and Coach Hafer, in the same respect, trying to get an explanation from the official saying, how is that a foul on my guy if English is initiating the contact? Well, you're going to get the explanation here, as that's 2 on Davis, the 17th foul. English converts his first.
Replacing Isaiah Davis.
That's a good call by the officials. Again, Isaiah Davis was not rotating. His feet weren't moving. He was still in the process of moving, and he had that hand up. English goes 1 of 2 from the stripe. He's 2 of 3 overall. 25-17 the score. Dragons lead by 8. Higdon's able to split a double team. Left wing 3, Testerman, and that is a foul on the perimeter. Curtis tried to go the hard closeout and jump through the air, and if you make contact with a three-point shooter, more often than not, you are going to be penalized for it. So that is 2 on Curtis, the senior forward for PHS, who again notched a double-double against Labette County in a crucial SEK matchup to secure the conference crown. And Trenton Austin set to check in as the first free throw from Braden Testerman flops off the lip of the iron and then through the bottom of the nylon. Testerman, his second offering, is he'll set forehead level, no. So he's 1 of 2 right now. Austin comes in. Curtis goes to the bench. Higdon goes to the backcourt. And Higdon will tell his comrade and Taylor to make his way in between the hashes. Testerman has 1 more free throw remaining. He can go 2 of 3 right here, and he does just that. 25-19 Dragons leading by 6 in the backcourt. It's Elkamil following a feed from English. Elkamil in the backcourt facing a 1-2-2 trap. English catches left wing. Butcher looks low for Trenton Austin. He doesn't even go with a power dribble. Tries to warm his way up and score with his right hand. Misses. Follows up and the stick back good. So Trenton Austin 3 of 4 from the field following that first miss, but a great track down by the forward for PHS. English applying pressure in the front court. Almost a backcourt violation by Taylor. Left corner, Testament 3. He was on an island. And Testament took advantage of the lackadaisical defense by the Dragons as they were more focused on trapping at the midcourt line. 27-22, back to a 5-point contest. PHS leading at home. Chest pass by Butcher, left wing. Rolfs being defended by Higdon. Austin double team awaiting him. He'll kick out right wing. Fake by Elkamil. Behind the back, defended by Testament. Lobs it up right-handed. The circus shot does not go. Tipped it to the air. Recovered by Westmoreland. Westmoreland in transition. Gallops down the middle of the lane. He surges forward and misses. Westmoreland 50% from the floor. 3 of 6. Jarek Butcher in and out move. He'll lower his left shoulder and go right into the body of Zach Taylor and scores. Jarek Butcher has been extremely efficient inside of, I would say, 17 feet as he has 6 points on the night. Left wing Testerman sells a hard head fake. English does not close out though. 3 minutes remaining in the first half. 29-22 the score. Testerman, tough contested 3, about 25 feet away, so the NBA 3 does not go. Austin grapples his 3rd board of the night in transition. English catches right block. That goes right into the body of Higdon. Great job by Higdon taking a very strong charge. And that is a 2nd foul on Marquis English. So English with 2 and Curtis with 2. The 2-foot courtman for the Purple Dragons in quasi-foul trouble with under 3 to go in the first half. It's 29-22, PHS leading. Jarek Butcher will sub out. Javon Grant comes in, so it's Rolf with Grant, Elkamil, Austin, and English. Higdon with Taylor, with Westmoreland, Tash, and Testerman. Higdon will catch as he slices through the middle of the lane. He jackknifed following a catch from Westmoreland and scored with his strong right hand. Higdon, good bucket. He has 5 on the night. Javon Grant at the front court, standing on the Purple Dragon logo with cursive typography. Good pass by Austin, left block. English scored. Excellent low post look as Austin zipped it in to an open senior in English. English 3 of 5 from the floor, 8 points, 9 rebounds. Tough shot by Higdon. Austin slow to get up, and Higdon has really hit his stride inside of 2-3 feet. As on the night, he has 7 points and a rebound. The leading scorer for the Eagles, Evan Guillory, with 8 points, but he has 2 fouls and has not played a lick of this second quarter of action. 31-26, PHS leads by 5. Elkamil looks high post for English. He'll catch outside of the horseshoe. He dribbles right-handed, kicks it out. Grant, who squirts through in between 2 defenders, lobs it up right-handed. Austin rebound. Higdon pinned it on the backboard. He goes up, second opportunity, and Austin is unable to convert. Higdon picks up the foul, and he's in bewilderment. He turns to the official, palms out, saying, "How was that on me?" That is 2 on Higdon. That is the 18th foul, and a 1-and-1 for Trenton Austin. Javon Grant, despite being 0-3 from the floor in this contest, he has taken open shots and has really penetrated the interior of the Eagles defense, setting up his teammates. First free throw goes for Austin. It is actually 2 shots, not a 1-and-1, but Austin will convert on the front of his 2 shots. English will sub out. Jarek Butcher comes in, so a small lineup, if you will, for PHS. They are without the services of both their senior forwards for the last minute 45 of the half. It's 32-26, and a good chance for Joplin to respond, trailing by 7. Tash to inbound. Scans in the backcourt. Taylor there. Good read by Austin as he steals it away from Grant Guillory. Elkamil straight away trifecta, the one-timer. Though tracked down by Grant Guillory. His first rebound in the contest. Guillory looks ahead, but instead he gets trapped on the far side corner. Testerman low-hanging pass to Westmoreland. He goes up right-handed and a charge. Elkamil set his feet. Westmoreland not pleased with the decision. 3 of 7 from the floor. That is a 19th foul committed by the Eagles, and all of the prime cogs for the Eagles are in foul trouble. 2 for Westmoreland, 2 for Davis, 2 for Higdon, and 2 for Evan Guillory. Woods checks in as Westmoreland goes to the bench. So the playing field is leveled slightly as the Eagles will have to switch to a 2-3 zone. Grant into the front court, chest pass left wing to Elkamil, who darts it right back. A curveball by Grant to an open Elkamil. Left corner 3, uncontested air balls it. Trenton Austin offensive rebound. Looks off Grant, head fake by Rolfs. He has Woods on his left hip, interchanges with Butcher. Butcher scoops it backwards to Grant, and Grant and the entire Purple Dragon offense will reset. 2-3 zone still, following the air ball 3 by Elkamil. He'll catch it near side corner, reverses back out to Grant, who's scared. Butcher catches left block, goes into the body of Grant Guillory, but he waffle boards it away. And Grant Guillory has something to say to Jarek Butcher, who then bodies Grant Guillory. He lowers his shoulder a little bit, and Grant Guillory plays it smart, keeps his hands up, and tries to draw the technical. Inbound, Trenton Austin spins away from Grant Guillory and scores with the right hand. That was a very veteran move by Trenton Austin, a wily move by the forward for PHS. 9-point lead for the Dragons at home, 35-26 in the waning seconds of the first half. Trenton Austin leads all Dragons scores with 10 points. He also has 4 rebounds. That's second on the Dragons unit, right behind English with 9. And between the legs move by Taylor, and an offensive foul. Oh, wow, the official, red-faced, shouts at one of the players, and it looked like they were saying an offensive foul, but they're calling it on Jarek Butcher. And the official came out of the call, red-faced and apoplectic. I don't know what the official had thought had happened, or somebody said something to him, but he was really angry. Dribbling left-handed, Taylor defended by Austin. Hill interchange. Testerman 3 that's defended. Tries to get off the backboard. Did not call bank, though. Rebounded by Elkamil. Elkamil and company will have to march down the floor and score fast. 4 seconds left. In the block. Austin misses the dunk. Rebounded by Testerman. He loses it. Austin saves it and tries to hoist it up from the floor, but is unable to convert. And Trenton Austin, my goodness, nearly flushed it home. And everyone's slow getting off the floor. But at halftime, it is 35-26. PHS leads at intermission after a wonky final 30 seconds of play. But the Dragons, in their final non-conference matchup of the regular season, will head into the locker room with a 9-point lead. We are back in 2 minutes with your sports headquarters and the halftime report here on ESPN 100.7.
Headquartered in Richmond, Kansas, QSI Quality Structures Incorporated specializes in designing and building complete post-frame buildings. We provide structures built to withstand a 30-pound ground snow load and a 90-mile-per-hour wind shear built to the most stringent codes. Whether you need a garage, agricultural building, commercial facility, or custom-built design, we're your one-stop shop for post-frame buildings. QSI. Everything we do is right on cue.
What's the buzz around Community National Bank and Trust? They're talking mobile banking, instant issue debit cards, rewards checking and credit cards, and let's not forget e-power checking, paying better than CD-like rates on a checking account, plus nationwide ATM fee refunds. Get in on the buzz. Community National Bank and Trust, member FDIC.
It's a feeling you get the moment you step on campus.
It's the knowledge that you become part of something more.
We're a family of crimson and gold.
Every day we challenge ourselves to achieve more.
The reason why we're here is to make a difference.
Everybody wants to stand out.
Without standing apart.
You belong.
At Pittsburg State University.
What do you want from your bank?
Access to my account information on my phone.
Security, convenience, and friendly staff.
When I call, I want to speak with a real person.
I want it all. Low fees, low loan rates, and high deposit rates.
What if there was a place like this in your community? There is. Kansas Teachers Community Credit Union with locations in Pittsburg, Fort Scott, Independence, and Coffeyville, serving area residents since 1949.
It's been a fun one inside Pittsburg High School at halftime. It's 35-26. PHS at home leads at intermission over the Joplin Eagles alongside Avi Sharma Camelina with you. The interpretive dance that's currently taking place on the floor is called Stealth Mode, and it seems to be very riveting as a lot of fans are paying attention to it. 35-26 at intermission. PHS leads. Let's get to those first half numbers. Jace Curtis, 6 points, 2 rebounds, also 2 fouls against him. In addition, 3 points scored by Drew Rolfs on 1-on-1 shooting from deep. Gavin Elkamil with 2 points, 3 rebounds. 8 points, 9 rebounds by the likes of Marquis English. He flirted with a double-double. 6 points scored by Jerry Butcher. He did a fantastic job scoring from about 13, 14 feet away. He had some good short corner looks. Trenton Austin with 10 points in the contest, including 4 rebounds. And that has been the story of the night, the rebounding column, in favor of the Dragons big time, 18-5 by my count. As for the Eagles, who only trailed by 9 at intermission, they were down 8 after the end of the first quarter. 1 rebound by Blake Tash, 1 rebound by Grant Guillory. Evan Guillory is the leading scorer for the Eagles with 8 points, but he has 2 fouls, and it was quite the, I wouldn't say controversial, but there was some mystery surrounding a call during the last 30 seconds of play in the first quarter when Guillory wrapped around Javon Grant, and it was called on Garrett Woods of Joplin instead of Guillory. To start the second quarter, Matt Newberry as well as the officials got together and they discussed the call. It was finally decided that it was on Guillory. He earned his second foul. Thusly, Coach Hafer thought it best to just play him the entire second half and ensure that he didn't pick up any fouls in the second quarter. 7 points scored by Austin Higdon. Braden Testerman with 5 points, 2 of 3 shooting from the free throw line, 1 of 2 from deep. 6 points for Zach Westmoreland, who has played an aggressive brand of offense, shooting 3 of 7 from the field. The Eagles are coming off again a loss to West Plains 64-59, and in our pregame we discussed momentarily about the transition the Joplin Eagles will make next season. They are currently in the Ozark Conference. They will go to the Central Ozarks Conference where they'll take on teams like Nixa, and it just seems to make sense because in their district, Joplin will play Republics as well as potentially Nixa. If you look at the districts right now, that's District 12 for Joplin. They are projected to play Republics, and Republics has 17 won on the season. Joplin has 15, but there's a chance that Joplin, depending on the last couple of games of the season, could be in that number 1 spot. It just depends how everything else falls. Will Republics lose? Will Nixa lose? But there's a play-in game for Nixa Rutherford Nixon to take on the opponent who has a play-in game. So hopefully people will hear about that soon. But the boys basketball team remaining in their season has Hillcrest and then Republic scheduled on February 27th. As for PHS, their sub-state a bit different as well with the entire outlay of Class 5A, 6A. This year for 5A, 6A, for all 32 teams, there's a division of 16. So you have two groups of 16, East and West. Pittsburg, for example, is in 5A East. They are the number 1 seed in 5A East. So by that logic, if it happens to be in alternating fashion, Pittsburg would play KC Washington, who is the 16th seed in the East. But that has yet to be seen. This is pretty new. Gary Mattingly will have a big job on his hands. He's the seating manager from Lansing High School. So, Avi, with a lot of this stuff kind of clouded in mystery and mostly people just hypothesizing who everyone will play, Pittsburg High School won't know until Saturday who they will challenge on Tuesday. So just a little turnaround time. So they play Friday against Coffeyville, Saturday to find out who they play, and then Tuesday they prepare, and most of the time Sunday, those are rest days. So really maybe a day and a half to plan for whoever they play on Tuesday.
Yeah, Cameron, that's the thing about high school playoffs is you don't necessarily have a lot of time in between games to prep and get ready. So they're going to have to do the best that they can. But, first things first, they got to come out of here with the win, and they got to play Coffeyville on Friday. And that'll be the case for both Joplin and Pittsburg. And Cameron, one thing to mention, it's good to see that even though there was a lot of school cancelings and stuff today, it's good to see that the crowd from Joplin was able to travel here safely. The team was able to do the same. And
agreed.
Opposite for Pitt State as they went to travel to Missouri Southern. So good to see that their road conditionings were good to see so far. But yeah, like I mentioned, it's going to be a tough turnaround for these guys, but I think Coach Rolfs has the right group of guys to do so. They'll be ready to go when it comes to that.
And to that point you talked about momentarily, or at least mentioned, Pittsburg State basketball. The men's game set to tip off in just a few minutes on ESPN 100.7 among many of our other My Town sister stations. Make sure to check that out. But the Pitt State women's basketball team down in Missouri Southern using a big fourth quarter to swing the game in their favor. They have 15 conference wins on the season, 22 wins overall. And this just in from Sean Fry of the Parsons Sun. This is breaking news relating to Parsons. USD 503 Board of Educators accepts resignations from Parson High School's athletic director Russell Orton and head football coach Travis Hurley. And there were rumors circulating around Parsons High School if Coach Hurley would return, and it has been set in stone that he is done. His tenure is over with. So Parsons High School, again, will have a search for a head coach, and it seems to be that has been a revolving door for coaches the last 4 or 5 years. But hopefully Parsons, which has been a historically good program in Southeast Kansas, will finally settle with somebody in the near future. Again, at halftime, it's 35. It's at 26. To look forward to Friday, it is a road matchup against Coffeyville. Pittsburgh boys and girls downing the Golden Tornadoes with ease last time they played, but for Sub-State Avi, this Pittsburgh team, looking at the matchup they have now, just trying to focus on downing the Eagles, but in Sub-State, it's kind of a do-or-die deal, and this team seems primed to make a big run and potentially get out of Sub-State, go to the state tournament.
Well, Cameron, I think tonight's game is a great example of that because we've talked time and time and again about the three-headed monster, and they've been kind of quiet on the offensive end. They're having a bit of troubles getting some scoring done, so who else does the scoring for them? Normally it's Gavin Elkamil and Drew Rolfs, but how about Jarek Butcher tonight? Having himself a very good game. When he sees a matchup that he likes, he's going to go down low, post up, and make plays. So the Purple Dragons have other players stepping up for them that have been very huge. Trenton Austin coming off the bench, doing a phenomenal job. I don't know how the kid's still walking by the amount of times he's fallen on the ground tonight. But on the other end, Joplin, it just seems that there's some controversial calls just haven't gone their way right now. But you know that can't change anything. You got to keep your head up. You got to keep going. Like I said, this is a very athletic and talented team. And they can come back as they can spark. They are a fast-breaking, up-tempo kind of team, and they will pull Pittsburgh off guard. They did that a couple times in the first quarter. Then once Pittsburgh slowed down and played their offensive tempo, Joplin was in a bit of a struggle.
Astute points, Avi, and with that, we will step aside for one last 2-minute commercial break and come back with the beginning of the second half. 35-26, Pittsburgh High School leads back here in just a few moments on your sports headquarters, ESPN 100.7.
Are you tired of all those confusing checking account options? The Kansas Teachers Community Credit Union makes your choice simple. We only have one option. Our checking account has no monthly fees, and if you maintain a $2,000 minimum balance, we pay you interest. Get the Credit Union Advantage at 416 North Broadway or call 620-231-5719 for more information. Deposits are federally insured by NCUA up to $250,000.
If you want to improve your basketball skill set, you need to attend one of the Lane Lord basketball camps. Each camper receives individual attention and specific coaching adapted to age and skill level. There's something for everyone. A grade school camp for girls entering 3rd through 8th grade, a high school team camp available on 2 different weekends with both varsity and JV levels of competition, plus satellite camps throughout the summer. All campers receive instruction from head coach Lane Lord, head assistant Amanda David, along with former and current players. For more information, visit them online at LaneLordBballCamps.com. Coach Lord and Coach David have seen tremendous success over the past several years, and they begin their recruiting at these camps, with over 20 former campers being signed. Visit LaneLordBballCamps.com.
Welcome back to your sports headquarters, ESPN 100.7. If you are just joining us on our live stream, we welcome you alongside Avi Sharma, Cam Molina. Inbounding will be Evan Guillory, who notched 8 first-half points and did not even play in the second quarter, so all 8 of those in the first frame of action as the Dragons will come out. Curtis defending Guillory. Far side wing is Testerman, who looks high post. Head fake by Higdon. Higdon defended by English and forced back outside of the cylinder. Left wing jab step to his right. Guillory's 3 on its way, long, and a rebound hugged by Butcher. Evan Guillory drops the 2 of 3 from deep. Turnover by the Dragons. Euro step by Westmoreland. Goes to the body of Curtis Snow. And rebounding the basketball is Isaiah Davis. His first offensive rebound of the contest. Davis scans. Chest pass back to the top of the key. And working with the rock is Guillory. He finds Higdon, who's fouled on the floor by English. And it looks to be a check foul by English. And it's on Gavin Elkamil.
Yep.
Pittsburgh foul called on number 24, Gavin Elkamil. His first.
That's Elkamil's first, team's first of this third quarter. 7:20 left in the third frame of action. 35-26 the score. PHS leads. Triple in between the legs by Davis. He'll look to his left before delivering a fastball to his right. Westmoreland reverses it to an open Testerman. Testerman bounce pass to Higdon. Higdon reverses it over to Davis again and back to Testerman, who's defended by Elkamil. Curtis reads the pass to Evan Guillory, slaps it out of bounds, and it's waffle boarded into the stands. Evan Guillory, a far side inbound, as the official delivers the bounce pass. Guillory slaps the sphere in his hands, inbounds to Testerman, right back to Evan Guillory. Far side corner, crosses beneath his knees, defended by Curtis. Goes on the feint after the step back, reversed outside to Westmoreland. Open Davis, work to Higdon, far side block. Butcher slaps it away, and it's been an offensive possession by the Joplin Eagles that has gone on for almost 40-50 seconds. Coach Hafer barking out orders for his Eagles. Curling to the basketball. Guillory finds an open Davis at the top of the point. His shot rejected by Curtis. Great closeout. Higdon swings it around. Testerman left corner 3. That one saucers out. Poked up into the air by Elkamil. And Jared Butcher ultimately comes down with it. What a block by Curtis. Right corner 3 by Rolf Snow. And in transition, it is Guillory who gallops forward. No look pass to Higdon, who uses his right hand, left side of the glass and converts. So Higdon finishes with his strong hand. He's now 3 of 3 from inside the horseshoe. Right corner. Rolfs goes with the head fake following the pass by English. Hanging in the air is Rolfs. He does find English. Right block misses his first shot. Second opportunity. Silky smooth as it goes a little teardrop that hangs in the air. Barely any rotation and it flops through. English now 4 of 6 from the floor. 10 points, 9 rebounds. Right at the precipice of a double-double and losing the ball out of bounds. Davis, and he gets a call to go his way, and Davis, plain as day, lost the rock, threw it off the bottom of the backboard. It went out of bounds, and Coach Rolfs contesting and scrutinizing the call by the official because Davis turned around and he acted as if English tipped it away. Rolfs defending far side wing against Testerman, who delivers a dart. Fastball, left corner, Higdon 3, swats it. Austin Higdon has had a very efficient shooting endeavor. 2 of 4 from behind the arc, 3 of 3 from inside of 15 feet. 5 of 7 overall. Okamill step back 2, tough shot over the head of Taylor. Rebounded by Curtis. He looks for English, lowers his shoulder into the body of Testerman, fouled and one. Marquis English with a spectacular finish as he lowered his left hip into the chest of Testerman. He kind of faked and acted out the fall, and English converts. Great second effort by the Dragons defensively to track down the basketball. English and one free throw, no, and skying for the rebound, Evan Guillory, and I mean he flew, bouncing off a trampoline for the defensive rebound. Taylor, chest pass, left corner, Testerman 3, no. Tipping the ball up into the air is Higdon, over to English, and now he has a double-double, 12 points and 10 rebounds. 13 points and 12 rebounds, as I did not update that free throw. Left short corner 2 by English, airmails it. Rebound by Westmoreland. He gallops on the break. He looks, tries to go right to the basket. It's deflected by English. English looks on the break for Rolfs. Gives it right back to a 6'7" forward. Spins away from Evan Guillory, and a travel that's called late.
I think that's the right call.
I think so too.
I think it was the right decision there as Marquis slid that left foot before he made a move. Great play though. Man, that was a beautiful spin move, but I think that was definitely the right call.
39-31. PHS leads it by 8 with under 4:45 remaining in the third. And now over and back. And this game has had some wonky sequences where one of either the trail or the center official ran over and was yelling at the scores table and the teams, and nobody really understood what the call was, to just the over and back there. It's just a lot of just a lot of interesting calls that have happened, just weird sequences, but Elko will score on the reverse lay-in. 4 points for Elkamill, 3 rebounds. Testerman looks to his left, and the chest pass over to an open Taylor. Taylor reverses it right wing as Evan Guillory will catch up to the rock. 41-31 the score. Dragons lead it by 10. Hop step by Evan Guillory. Lobs up a tough right-hander. Jarek Butcher on the floor with the basketball. Taylor goes up, double clutches, no. English tracks down the shot. English crosses over in front of Westmoreland. Right-hand lay-in, no. English tries to keep it alive. Hop potato drill. Taylor has it jerked out from behind. Keeps it alive. Left corner, Westmoreland steps to the left short corner. Stolen away by Rolfs. Frenetic action from both sides, and a timeout used by Coach Rolfs. Both sides, an extremely erratic pace. Under 4 minutes to go, a wise timeout used by Coach Rolfs. 41-31 the score. PHS up double figures. We are back in 30 seconds with your sports headquarters, ESPN 100.7.
What do you want from your bank?
Access to my account information on my phone.
Security, convenience, and friendly staff.
When I call, I want to speak with a real person.
I want it all. Low fees, low loan rates, and high deposit rates.
What if there was a place like this in your community? There is. Kansas Teachers Community Credit Union, with locations in Pittsburg, Fort Scott, Independence, and Coffeyville, serving area residents since 1949.
Hectic, uncontrolled chaos reigned supreme over the last minute of action before Coach Rolfs used a timeout. English to inbound. It's a near side out in front of the Joplin bench. 41-31. PHS leads at home by 10. Lost non-conference matchup of the regular season, and Coach Rolfs has a few words with the official by his bench. Elkamill will dribble, curl to his right before dishing it out to English, who mishandles it as the ball dribbles into the fan section, the student section for PHS, wearing their camo attire. I don't know why there are a lot of just floating heads and legs in the stands. No torsos. Davis across the prime meridian, dribbles with his right hand, crosses over from right to left, interchanges with Westmoreland. Westmoreland kicks right corner. Higdon catch and shoot 3, and the hair trigger trifecta swirls home. Higdon 3 of 5 from downtown. He has 15 to lead all scorers tonight. Austin brings the ball to his left shoulder, shovels it backwards to Elkamill. Elkamill asking for the high ball screen. Rather, he actually asked Rolfs to flare outside of the right ring to get outside the perimeter. Elkamill dribbles with his right hand. He's defended by Guillory. Elkamil telling Grant he needs to gain some separation. Almost a 5-second call. Chest pass left wing. Rolls Scants. He looks low. Austin catches on the point. Post entry feed to English. English can't finish. Looked like he was hit on the wrist by Taylor, but he gets his own shot missed and scores. I should say he gathers his own missed shot and scores. But English now with 14 points, 12 rebounds. Taylor bounce pass to Westmoreland. Takes a big hop step to the right block. Swatted away by Grant. Elkamil will dribble with his left hand. Slows down the cadence. It'll go with an in and out move. Change of speed. Looks for Austin. Goes up left-handed. And a foul on the floor. It's on Higdon. That is the team second. The third on Higdon. Higdon will have to be careful. And in order to conserve the time he has remaining because of the fouls, Higdon goes to the bench, and Grant Guillory will come in. Grant to inbound, right side of the backboard. He'll skid, and as he prospects, he finds Curtis, double clutches, and is fouled on his way to the basket. Grant Guillory had no idea Curtis caught the basketball and was really late turning his head around. And by the time he whipped his melon around, Curtis was already there at the rack, and the foul is called against Testerman. 3 on Testerman, 3 on Higdon, 2 on Davis, Westmoreland, and Evan Guillory as Curtis's first free throw drops. 44-34 the score, and Woods will sub in for Joplin. Testerman off to the bench. One more free throw left as Chase Curtis staggers his feet right in front of left, takes 2 dribbles, sets waist level, flicks his wrist hard, and scores. He's 4-4 from the free throw line, 8 points, 2 rebounds tonight. An uncharacteristic rebound performance from him after notching 13 last game against the Grizzlies. 45-34, Dragons lead by 11. Taylor harassed by the freshman in Grant. Elkamil tries to save the basketball as he punches it away from Woods, but it goes out of bounds. It's a far sideline inbound by the Eagles. Evan Guillory will go to the spot in. Coach Roll sparking out orders from the bench, his spectacles resting upon his snow-white head. Taylor brings the ball above his forehead. He looks for Grant Guillory, defended by Austin, and Austin just forces the forward outside. Catching right corner 3 is Woods, drains it. Easy trifecta for Garrett Woods. No one contested Woods in the corner following a shovel pass to that far side crease. Right wing, Grant reverses it back out. Curtis post entry feed. And bumping heads is both Evan Guillory and Westmoreland. English had a follow-up shot. He could not convert. No foul as Evan Guillory was walloped. Evan Guillory lowers his shoulder, goes into the body of Curtis and scores. Evan Guillory, an impeccable ability to finish in traffic. Grant has the ball stripped. Tracked down by Grant Guillory. He'll dribble left-handed. Pass midcourt, and Austin bumps into Guillory. A foul by the junior forward for PHS. That's his second and the team's second of this third quarter. 1:20 left in the third quarter of play, 45-39, PHS up 6. Drew Rolfs comes in for Elkamil. And Avi, is it just me or is this game, just the cadence is weird and some of the fouls are just really odd? I don't know if it's just me, but some plays are just really bizarre. We saw the bonked foreheads. We've seen a lot of play come to a halt. I mean, the officials, this is not to criticize the officials. They've done a fantastic job. It's just how everything's played out. It's just been really odd. Taylor dribbles left-handed, interchanges with Evan Guillory, but Curtis tries to jump the round. He fouls.
Yeah, Cameron, I gotta agree with you. It's been an interesting day overall, but you know, the thing that I don't get is the JV and freshman games. Watch both of those. Half of the nearly fouls that we had in those games that we have in this game.
Yeah, I would totally agree with that. Inbound by Guillory, swatted away by Butcher. It's a near side inbound, and Guillory looks towards his bench and his coaching staff, and he confirms with James Spencer, one of the assistant coaches for the Joplin Eagles, and says, how am I supposed to do anything when this guy has really long arms? Coach Hafer grimacing as it was a bad feed to Woods. Then Woods looked for Grant Guillory, and Guillory was tied up with Austin in a turnover. Coach Rolfs chirping to his guys from the bench saying power, power, and that's usually the strong side post set for PHS. Butcher catches, and again, strong side English posts up. Austin catches at the point, rotates it to Grant, far side corner, sells the head fake to his left, wraparound bounce pass and a turnover. Bad look by the freshman. Good thread pass by Taylor. He goes up right-handed short. Taylor offensive rebound. Stick back is good.
Isaiah Davis with the putback.
Isaiah Davis, I beg your pardon, not Isaiah Taylor, but Davis does score. So Davis in the contest with 2 points and a rebound. Ball swatted away. And English and Evan Guillory are currently in a meeting with the lead official. They had a quick congregation underneath the basket and just a lot of physical natured individuals on the floor. Under 30 seconds to go in the third. It's a 4-point contest, 45-41. PHS leads it. Evan Guillory and Davis both go to the bench. Ball is inbounded into the front court by Butcher. Elkamil catches, rotates it to his left side where an open Austin is at. Rolf stands on the fire sprouting from the nostrils of the Purple Dragon logo at midcourt with 15 ticks to go in this third quarter of play. Rolfs bounce pass to Elkamil and an offensive foul. And it's on Elkamil, his second, and the team's fourth. So Davis, Evan Guillory, and Higdon all check back in with 10 seconds left. And Coach Hafer senses a weakness in the Dragons that maybe Coach Rolfs doesn't know about. So this could be a prime time for the Eagles to draw within a possession heading into the fourth quarter of play. Guillory bounce pass into the backcourt. Davis dribbles, right-handed, interchanges. Guillory, it bounces off his shoe. Butcher hits the floor, and a Hail Mary shot by Davis to the right of the orange. Tracked down Higdon, he shoots it up and scores! What a stick back by Austin Higdon, not giving up when there were still seconds remaining on the clock. So the game is within one possession as we head into the closing act. 45-43. PHS leading by 2. We are back in 30 seconds with your sports headquarters, ESPN 100.7.
At Lindbergh Pharmacy, we care about your health. From a qualified and caring staff to services like our Time My Meds and MedPack programs, Lindbergh Pharmacy provides personalized service you can count on. Refill prescriptions online at lindberghpharmacy.com or on your smartphone with our free Lindbergh Pharmacy mobile app. You can also sign up for our text alert program and we'll text or email you when your prescription is ready. Can't make it to us? We'll deliver your medications right to your door. Lindbergh Pharmacy, now 2 locations to serve you.
Now accepting new clients. At the Pet Care and Surgery Center, Dr. James Clark believes all of our pets deserve kind, humane, and loving treatment. From a simple checkup or rabies vaccination to performing major surgery. Plus, Dr. Clark has boarding, grooming, nutrition, and wellness checkups. Dr. James Clark can provide that loving member of your family with the treatment they deserve. Call 620-308-6454 to set up an appointment or simply visit petcarecenter.org. Pet Care and Surgery, making a difference.
Welcome back to the final quarter of action here on your sports headquarters, ESPN 100.7. Avi Sharma, Cam Molina, welcoming you if you have been with us most of the night or are just joining us. 45-43 in a boys-only contest between the Pittsburg High School Purple Dragons and the visiting Joplin Eagles. The Purple Dragons led by 9 at intermission, but a big third quarter swing by the Eagles. And now it's just a one-possession game as English will catch, far side block, and scores. English, that was his 10th shot of the night. He's shooting 70%, 16 points, 12 rebounds, and a travel by Davis. And a big shot by Austin Higdon, Avi, right before the buzzer sounded in the third quarter as he was able to put in a stick-back opportunity to make it a one-possession game. He has 17 on the night.
Momentum, Cameron. That's exactly what the Eagles needed to end that quarter, and they're only down by 4. This is going to be an interesting fourth quarter.
Elkamil tries to deke out the defense by feinting to his right. Curtis catches inside the key. Rolfs left wing 3, and closing out on Rolfs was Westmoreland, and Rolfs said sayonara as that one plummeted right through the bottom of the net. Westmoreland, far side corner, looks to deliver a chest pass to Davis, who will find Testerman. Testerman gives it off to Higdon, near side block. Westmoreland to Evan Guillory, tries to go behind the back. He loses it off of his calf, but recovers. Elkamil strips away Westmoreland. In transition, he slows down the pace. Elkamil, the right-hand runner, Silky. Elkamil now 6 points and 3 rebounds tonight. And the Purple Dragons with a quick counterpunch and a beautiful 7-0 run for now a 9-point lead over the Eagles. Here on your sports headquarters, ESPN 100.7. We are back in 30 seconds.
What do you want from your bank?
Access to my account information on my phone.
Security, convenience, and friendly staff.
When I call, I want to speak with a real person.
I want it all. Low fees, low loan rates, and high deposit rates.
What if there was a place like this in your community? There is. Kansas Teachers Community Credit Union with locations in Pittsburg, Fort Scott, Independence, and Coffeyville, serving area residents since 1949.
The Joplin Eagles entering the fourth quarter of action, only trailed by 2 following an outstanding 17-10 scoring favoring third quarter of play over the Pittsburg High School Purple Dragons. But to start the fourth, a 7-0 run by PHS. Wolves hit a 3. English scores down low, and then Elkamil with a nice runner. 52-43, PHS up 9. Testerman looks. The top of the arch is Westmoreland, left corner. Evan Guillory tosses it up right-handed. He cannot score after he lowered his shoulder into Curtis. Rebound by Rolfs. That's his second rebound of the contest. Butcher pumps the brakes as he finds Curtis, who was the trailer. Curtis looks low. Good help defense by Testerman. Skip pass. Rolfs jabs to the short corner, and as he faked to the baseline, he has Curtis at the point again. The power set is still in effect, and the power set, in essence, is just a post going to the strong side of the basketball, and English capitalizes. He generates separation between he and Higdon and finishes easily with his right hand, and that's such a pleasantry for Coach Rolfs and company, just being able to turn to a 6'6" or 6'7" forward who's bouncy and has a good arsenal at his advantage. Testerman, no look pass, left corner, Evan Guillory 3, high arching shot, no, and Curtis his third rebound of the contest. Guillory has missed his last 2 3-pointers on the night. He is now 2 of 4. Into the front court, or nearly into the front court, is Butcher. He quickly pulls the emergency break as he finds Curtis in the front court. Elkamil will attack short corner, fakes the reverse lane, but he has Butcher, who traveled, or double dribbled, and Butcher was bumped, took a step forward, dribbled, and then picked up his dribble again. Under 5:30 left in the fourth, it's an 11-point contest. Purple Dragons lead 54-43. Wood subs in, Guillory comes out. And Guillory in that first quarter was hot as magma. He notched 8 points, but a retroactive foul was called on Guillory, if you will. It was more of a controversial foul. To end the first quarter, the officials went back and rectified it. So it was just enough to put Guillory out of the entirety of the second quarter, and then really did not have much of an impact in the third as he just put up 2 points. Woods, right corner, jabs to his right, will dribble and circle back to the top of the yard. Westmoreland chest pass to an open Testerman, who whips it around the circle, around the horn. Davis, right corner 3. That one's long. Butcher tracks down a long rebound. He has 3 rebounds tonight. Left wing, Butcher looks for English in airmails at the parcel, just a bit in front of English. And the Purple Dragons not returning back to defense, and now they will, as it will be a near baseline inbound by Davis with both Rolfs and Butcher in the backcourt. Testerman dribbles across the timeline. He'll go in between his legs in a counterclockwise fashion, then goes with an in-and-out move, crosses in front of him, defended by Rolfs. Left wing 3 by Woods. Air ball checked down by Westmoreland, though. He looks for Woods, goes up right-handed, scores. The blocking foul and one. Garrett Woods with a head full of steam goes to the basket, scores, and says, add it to my tab as he will head to the charity stripe. And Chase Curtis, to add insult to injury, now has 4 fouls. That's the 5th on the Dragons, 2, and it's a 9-point contest. PHS up 54-45, but Woods can sink his teeth just a bit deeper into this Dragons club. He cannot do it, though. Curtis grabs the rebound, and it should just be 1 shot, and the center official opposite the table saying it's 2 shots, but it was an and 1, so that's just miscommunication by the officials. They're going to rectify it, and Curtis will be awarded the rebound. That's 4 for him on the night, and an inbound by the Purple Dragons. So now they're going, so they almost redid it because Woods went to the line, and Coach Rolfs will finally be appeased, and the lead official in the backcourt, placating the situation as Curtis will sub out. Trenton Austin comes in.
Number 41, Trenton Austin.
So Curtis comes out, Austin comes in, English to inbound, Wolves catches it in the backcourt, facing a 1-2-1 trap. Midcourt, Higdon defending Butcher, no look pass by English. He finds Austin, who misses the bunny. Offensive rebound, loses off his fingertips, and then Evan Guillory off of his fingernail, and it will be Purple Dragon basketball. Wow, and Austin blew a point-blank range shot. That is rare coming from him. Butcher to inbound, right side of the backboard, near baseline. He scans. He thought Austin was there, but instead he delivers a pass into the recesses of the front court to Elkamil, who delivers a laser pass to Austin, lost it off his fingertips. Wolves recover. Back to an open Elkamil to Austin, scores right-handed. No one on him. He was on an island.
We've seen that time and again. This quarter came in a wide-open post in the lane.
56-45. Purple Dragons lead at Evan Guillory. A late foul called as Austin's would late to close out. He has 3 fouls on him, and that is the team's 6th foul. Under 4 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter. It's an 11-point ball game, the largest lead of the night for the Purple Dragons at 12. But Joplin, time and time again, have done a fantastic job of whittling and just grinding at that lead as Guillory converts his first free throw and a chance to bring it within single digits as Davis will sub in for Woods. Evan Guillory shooting his first and second free throw attempts of the night. The Dragons 6 of 10 as a unit. And as for the Eagles, preparing to shoot their 5th shot overall, their 7th shot overall, They are now 3 of 7 following the miss by Guillory. Elkamil loses handle on the basketball, saves it as the ball tap dance along the baseline. Elkamil wide open, right corner 3 off the back iron, tracked down by Higdon. Higdon, 4 boards, stolen away by Elkamil. Beyond the back pass, and English will lay it in, but a foul before then. 14 foul committed by the Eagles following the Elkamil steal, and it's not the first time Elkamil has done that tonight, as that is the 3rd steal he has forced in the backcourt, and a pretty pass too. Butcher, with a box set in front of him, sets the inbound. Butcher scans, looks deep in the front court, catching his Wolves near the timeline to deliver a bullet pass to Butcher. Butcher scans near the right block where an open Austin is at. English will reverse it, left wing. Elkamil goes with the chest pass, waist level to Butcher, awaiting the high ball screen set by English. A switch, and English wasn't expecting that. Wolf catches it as Westmoreland gives him about 4 feet worth of difference, and now the 5-second count begins before Wolf gets it out to Butcher, defended by Higdon. High post, looking as Austin, ball deflects off the knee of Davis. Davis traversing traffic, goes up left-handed, tough shot, no. Higdon was right behind Austin, nearly corralling the basketball. Austin now with 5 rebounds in the contest. English steps through, hop step, and he commits a foul. That's a charge.
That one, I don't know about that one. I don't think his feet were set. I think they both hopped at the same time, Cameron. That's why I was a little confused about it. And PHS crowd definitely not on the side of the referees either.
Under 3 minutes left to play in tonight's contest, a boys-only game between border rivals in the Pittsburg High School Purple Dragons and the Joplin Eagles. 56-46, just a 10-point game. The Eagles trailed at the end of 3 by just 2 points after a Higdon lay-in, but in this fourth quarter it was a 7-0 to begin for PHS as Guillory tries to chop out the deficit but was unable to convert in front of English. Guillory misses his first shot from within about 5-6 feet as Butcher will dribble across the timeline. Rolfs goes far side wing, and it's nearly a triple team as Curtis looks low for English. He'll score right-handed foul and one. Marquis English, the patience that was exhibited on that play, picturesque. He went with the head fake. Guillory did a flyby, went into Guillory, and scored. English, the high-scoring hand tonight with 20 points and a game-high 12 rebounds as well. And English converts the and one. He is 3 of 5 from the stripe, 9 of 12 from the field as Davis on a slow-rolling pass in the backcourt decides to finally scoop it up after excavating the ball from the hardwood. It's Westmoreland. Higdon right wing. Higdon and Guillory are going to have to hit some three-pointers here in the next minute and a half in order to bring their team back in it. And English denies at the top as Davis was trying to slice into the lane. Butcher recovers the basketball. He's double-teaming the foul from behind by Evan Guillory, but before then a timeout used by Coach Rolfs. So it will be a timeout that's rewarded to the Purple Dragons and a bailout for the Eagles as Coach Hafer immediately pointed to the Purple Dragon bench saying, hey, that was a timeout, that was a timeout. If the foul had stood, it would have been 4 on Guillory. And with that, a 30-second break. 59-46, Purple Dragons up 13, their largest lead of the night. We are back with your sports headquarters, ESPN 100.7 in just a second.
They have dreamed of this moment since childhood. The perfect start. That amazing throw. The ultimate jump. Winning a national championship. The NCAA Division II Men's and Women's Indoor Track and Field Championships. March 9th and 10th in Pittsburg, Kansas. Be there. Visit ncaa.com/tickets today.
2 minutes left to play in the contest. Joplin Eagles trailing by 13, their largest deficit of the night as Curtis's triple team. Elkamil no look pass to English and an easy polished finish by the senior forward, and the Dragons have forced the Eagles to hemorrhage, and a block from English against Westmoreland, who tried to float one over the top of the forward. Rolf's catch is inside the right ring. He's double-teamed. Guillory forces his hand as he dribbles towards the baseline, and another timeout used by Coach Rolfs. Score 61-46, the 15-point lead on the scoreboard, the largest of the night, and it seems this game is just about over. This would be the 16th win on the season for PHS, although at this point the record really doesn't matter for the Dragons. They have pretty much clinched a top 4 spot in Class 5A Substate, at least in the East bracket. It's Pittsburg High School atop the East Substate with a 15-3 record, and then it's Kansas City Schlegel with a 14-4 record. After that, it's Wyandotte with 11-5 record, Topeka Seaman with 12-6, and DeSoto 10-8. But for the 4 substates that will be prevalent and will be filled out this Saturday, it's Pittsburg, Schlegel, Wyandotte, and Topeka Seaman. So those 4 schools will host. Pittsburg will host their game on Tuesday against an unspecified opponent, but it is an alternating fashion. And again, it all boils down to what Gary Mattingly of Lansing High School does, but it comes down to, if it is alternating fashion, if Pittsburg High School will have KC Washington, or if it will just be another team, and it's kind of an arbitrary setup, as English will catch off the near side inbound to Butcher. Butcher whips it around to Elkamil. Elkamil looks for Curtis. Curtis double clutch, but Evan Guillory swats it at the peak. Elkamil will dash inside. Right-handed scoop shot does not go when Guillory fouls. 61-46 the score. PHS leading by 15. Guillory picks up his 4th. So 2 shots for Elkamil on what has been a fairly quiet offensive production night. He has 6 points, 3 rebounds, and not too long ago he had that big game against Parsons where he dropped 34 points in what was kind of a mind-numbing endeavor, and it's not used with the normal connotation. I'm just saying that it was so amazing to watch that you just kind of had to turn your brain off and watch and just kind of oogle at the ability of the sophomore guard, and his ceiling seems unlimited as he takes 1 dribble, sets at his chin, his free throw good. He goes 1 of 2 from the stripe. On the night, he's 1 of 4. 7 points, 3 rebounds, 62-46 the score. The Eagles will have to kick it into high gear if they want any chance at coming back. Evan Guillory sells the head fake, lost it near his waist, poked up into the air. Guillory bumped it to the face by a wild elbow from English. Curtis catches midcourt. Higdon jars it loose out of bounds. Last touch by the Eagles and Higdon. Grant Guillory to sub in contrast to the efforts by the Dragons, as records really don't matter at this point, the record kind of does matter for Joplin. They will play Republic on the 27th in districts, and they just want the best record possible entering that game with 1 more matchup remaining. And they will take on Hillcrest, if I remember correctly. Yes, they will take on Hillcrest, and then they'll have a little bit of time to rest. 5 days to be exact before they take on Republic. Foul in the front court as Curtis is wrapped up. And it will be on Westmoreland. That's 3 on Westmoreland. And the team 7th committed by the Eagles. 62-46 the score. PHS leads with under 60 seconds to go. Curtis on the 1-and-1 knocks down the front shot. Alex Kafka, Isaac Leverins, 2 seniors for the Dragons who were acknowledged during senior night against Lebec County, enter the contest. Rolfs will sub out. Well, initially he was going to sub out, but Rolfs will stay in. It's Elkamil and Butcher who will go to the bench first. Austin has yet to go to the bench to check in. Same thing with Grant, so it may be English and Curtis in for the last 55 seconds as Curtis goes 2 of 2 from the line and a perfect free throw performance. 10 points, 4 rebounds. The Dragons have notched 64 points, one of their lower scoring endeavors over the last 2 weeks. Higdon left wing 3 contested by English, rebound by Curtis, his 5th rebound of the night. He looks ahead, but will keep the ball himself. Defended by Westmoreland. He'll spin away from the forward/pivot man for the Eagles. Westmoreland wraps up Curtis near the hips and another foul. Westmoreland's 4th and the team's 8th. Coach Hafer and company could be down 20 here if both of these free throws go. Next matchup for the Purple Dragons. They will hop on the school bus and traverse to Coffeyville, Kansas to take on the Field Kinley Memorial High School Golden Tornadoes on Friday. We will have all that coverage on your sports headquarters, ESPN 100.7. And just because of the conflict of scheduling where Pitt State basketball happened to overlap with Pitt High basketball, that will be a radio broadcast. So make sure to tune in to ESPN 100.7 on Friday. Shelby White, Avi Sharma, Cam Molina. We will bring you all of that action. To talk about myself in the third person. 66-46, both free throws go, and Curtis continues to add to his point total. 8 of 8 from the free throw line, 12 points on the night. It's a 20-point contest, 30 seconds left. Ayush Patel checks in for the Eagles. Also on the floor with the rock is Taylor. Taylor will work baseline, kicks out Patel, deep 3. That one goes home. Patel did a great job teeing it up near his forehead and just pushed it through. Kafka in and out move against Woods. Will stagger back a little bit, picks up his dribble, looking to whip the ball out of his hands. Leverage will catch inside the near side ring. 5 seconds to go. Higdon not laying off, but that is all she wrote. Final score, PHS wins 8 in a row, 66-49, and that 10-game win streak within grasp with Coffeyville on Friday, and then a first-round matchup of sub-state at home against a low seed. The hopes of the Dragons to reach the state tournament are very, very real and very much alive. Again, final score 66-49. We are back in 2 minutes with a wrap-up here from Pittsburg High School, here on your sports headquarters, ESPN 100.7.
It's a feeling you get the moment you step on campus.
It's the knowledge that you become part of something more.
We're a family of Crimson and Gold.
Every day we challenge ourselves to achieve more.
The reason why we're here is to make a difference.
Everybody wants to stand out.
Without standing apart.
You belong.
At Pittsburg State University.
What do you want from your bank?
Access to my account information on my phone.
Security, convenience, and friendly staff.
When I call, I want to speak with a real person.
I want it all. Low fees, low loan rates, and high deposit rates.
What if there was a place like this in your community? There is. Kansas Teachers Community Credit Union with locations in Pittsburg, Fort Scott, Independence, and Coffeyville, serving area residents since 1949.
What's the buzz around Community National Bank and Trust? They're talking mobile banking, instant issue debit cards, rewards checking and credit cards, and let's not forget e-power checking, paying better than CD-like rates on a checking account, plus nationwide ATM fee refunds. Get in on the buzz. Community National Bank and Trust, member FDIC.
Headquartered in Richmond, Kansas, QSI Quality Structures Incorporated specializes in designing and building complete post-frame buildings. We provide structures built to withstand a 30-pound ground snow load and a 90-mile-per-hour wind shear built to the most stringent codes. Whether you need a garage, agricultural building, commercial facility, or custom-built design, we're your one-stop shop for post-frame buildings. QSI. Everything we do is right on cue.
And a very welcome back to Pittsburg High School for the final time. This is the post-game report on your sports headquarters, ESPN 100.7. Avi Sharma Camelina with you for our final wrap. The final score, 66-49. The Purple Dragons boys basketball team in a boys-only contest earned their 16th win of the year, going 16-3 on the season, 10-1 in SEK play, with one more conference game on the road Friday in Coffeyville. And the win against the Joplin Eagles played out like this by quarter scoring. 20-12 after one quarter of play, PHS 35-26 at halftime. PHS led, but after three quarters of play, Joplin pulled within 45-43, and then a big fourth quarter run for the Dragons to go 7-0 run in the fourth quarter and ultimately prevail 66-49. And walking up the stairs, putting on the headset, is Kylie Rolfs, head boys basketball coach of Pittsburg High School. Coach, how did it feel to get a win against a non-conference opponent so late in the season?
Well, against a good team like that especially, Coach Hafer does a great job over there. We have a lot of respect for their program. A lot of our kids know their kids and vice versa. We've played each other a lot in the summertime. We've been playing this regular season game for quite a few years now. It's always a lot of fun, there's no doubt. So to come out of here with a win against that quality of opponent feels really good right now.
Well, Coach, and you mentioned that during our pregame interview, the familiarity between you two guys. Does that make game planning any more difficult?
No, I don't think so. I mean, you go get ready to do what is good for you, and you try to take away some things that are good for them. And, that's not easy to do against a team like that. They're very athletic. They got a lot of ways to score offensively. I really liked our guys' focus. I thought we never got too high. We never got too low in the moment. We didn't blink. We just kind of stayed at it. And I thought that was what enabled us to finally get that little gap and spread down the stretch.
And you talk about that gap and spread. You guys really honed into the fourth quarter, going on a 7-0 run to start the fourth. Can you talk about the offensive production in that final quarter?
Well, what I do know is that they just made a run at the end of the third quarter. And then like I said, we didn't blink. We came right back out in the fourth quarter. I just told our guys, I could see it in their eyes that there wasn't any panic or anything else. And I thought we responded to that big time in the beginning of that fourth quarter. We got that lead, and then we were able to finish it out. I'm just real proud of that moment right there where our guys didn't panic whatsoever. We went out and did what we needed to do.
Talk about momentum, Coach. I know you guys have won the conference championship. In addition, winning against a good non-conference team today. How important is it to beat Coffeyville on Friday and then head into sub-state with a 9-game win streak on your belt?
That's what you try to do. We just talked about having a good rhythm down there, and we've got to maintain that. And what you do is you depend on your leadership on the team to keep that focused and to keep that energy that we got going right now. And so we'll lean on them to make sure we stay focused here down the stretch, and we got to go get ready to go play at a tough place against a good team in Coffeyville.
Well, Coach, I appreciate the time, and congratulations on your 16th win of the year.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yep. Once again, that was Kylie Rolfs, head boys basketball coach of the Pittsburg High School Purple Dragons. Final stats, Chase Curtis, 12 points, 5 rebounds for the Dragons. 6 points by Drew Rolfs, 7 points by Gavin Oakmill, including 3 rebounds. Jarek Butcher, 6 points, so the backcourt lifting their weight into the tune of 19 points and 8 rebounds. Marquis English, 23 points, 13 rebounds. He was the game high in both regards. Jarek Butcher with 6 points and 3 rebounds. To reiterate, Trenton Austin, 12 points, 5 rebounds. The Dragons shot 2 of 7 from deep, but had their bread and butter of low post offense work for them tonight. They chomped up from the free throw line, going 12 of 17. And Chase Curtis went 8 of 8 from the line. And as for the Eagles, 1 rebound by Tash, 1 rebound by Guillory, Grant Guillory. 5 points from Garrett Woods. Evan Guillory with 11 points and 1 rebound. He had 8 in the first quarter, and after that he was pretty quiet. Austin Higdon, 17 points. He was the Eagles' leading scorer, including 4 rebounds. Braden Testerman, 5 points, 3 rebounds by Patel. 6 points scored by Zach Westmoreland, including 2 rebounds, and Isaiah Davis with 2 points and 3 rebounds. Final score 66-49. The Dragons on the road Friday against Coffeyville, both boys and girls, although this was just a boys matchup tonight. Avi, any final thoughts on tonight's game?
Great game by both teams. Cameron, like I said earlier, it was good to see that both teams were able to travel safely, and it was a good ride for the parents and the kids. Now they get to go back. Hopefully it's still the same safe roads. Like I said, it was a good learning curve for both teams as they face a team that they normally don't see every year. And so they'll have to put that in the resume, look at it, and then head forward into it on Friday because, Cameron, it's coming down to the end where the nitty and gritty have to be pushed aside, and it's time to play some real basketball.
This is an ESPN and My Town Media production. ESPN 100.7 thanks you from Avi Sharma. I'm Cam Molina. Have fun, be safe. Make sure to watch out for the nasty weather over the next couple of days. We are supposed to get some more rain and some drizzles and some ice, so make sure everybody's very cautious when driving and just use your head out there, not only for your sake but other folks' sake. 66-49, Dragons are their 16th win of the year. We will see you on Friday, both on the dial and on our live stream at ESPN100.7.com. Until then, see ya.